No, you have
If
to
you
click
have
the
a
play
question, please put your hand up.
button. Click the play button. Okay.
I like
Guys, I'm going to be talking about production planning, in specific the HR parts, outsourcing, subcontracting, and make or buy decisions. I like the animation now. That's kind of nice. I thought it was a neat.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me flying.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, let me go through the lesson objectives. Okay, so the first objective we have is to explain outsourcing and subcontracting. The second one, we have to talk about arguments for and against this process. And thirdly, I'll be talking about making calculations whether a firm should make the product themselves or buy it from someone else. So guys, I know a lot of you know what outsourcing means, but just for the sake of it, I thought it'd be nice to define it for you guys. Okay, so outsourcing means to use another business or a third party to undertake a part of production process rather than doing it within your own business. So like when another firm does one of your activities for you rather than doing it with your own employees. And when you do it across borders, it's called offshoring. But guys, remember, the lesson objective said explain, don't just define. So you won't get full marks in an explain question. So you need to go on further by saying that outsourcing allows firms to focus on their core processes, and they get to benefit from the advantage of specialists. Because when you outsource, you give it to a firm that is specialized in that field. So you reap those benefits. And examples of commonly outsourced activities are catering, market research, call centers. And I think this picture, I got it from Maria's textbook. It shows it really nicely of how peripheral activities that are not directly associated with the day-to-day running of the business, are outsourced to another firm. Okay, so the benefits of outsourcing for a firm. This is the main benefit. It's a cost-cutting technique, but just to put everything into proper words and stuff, it adds swiftness and expertise. So most of the times when you outsource, like I said before, you outsource it to people who are specialized in that field. So it makes tasks, the advantages of specialization, it increases efficiency, and they're done better at the task. And I also said that you can concentrate more on your core processes. And the third one is risk sharing. Because you're outsourcing some of your activities, you're reducing the risk upon yourself. You're adding that burden to the other firm. And fourthly, you don't have to incur recruitment costs because you're outsourcing the activity to a firm that already has everyone there. Okay, so the drawbacks of outsourcing. I got excited with the effects. Okay, there's the risk of exposing confidential data. Many times firms choose to outsource even their core activities, something like HR. So there's always that risk if you're giving confidential data to another firm. And also syncing your activities can be a problem because there might be delays in the delivery time. And there's also this whole controversial idea that if you outsource, the quality of your product is compromised. And third, lack of customer focus. So when you outsource to another firm, they may be dealing with other organizations. So they don't really focus on yours. So this loses this competitive edge. There are also hidden costs involved. Like for example, when you're moving to a country, the actual cost of doing the production in that country might be more expensive, but the whole transition cost may be quite expensive that you don't take into account. And it can also create a public relations issue. So for example, if you're in a country where the economy is declining, you need to cut costs and you outsource. This may be viewed unethical because you should be helping your own country because there's high unemployment rates there. Now I'll just be talking to you briefly about make or buy decisions. It seems pretty simple, so I'll just try to explain it to you guys. So the decision to outsource is based a lot on its costs. So the firms check if it is cheaper for them to buy a product or buy another firm to outsource to or make it themselves. So there's a simple calculation used. I'm sure you've seen it before. So the cost to buy equation is price times quantity. So if you're trying to outsource the production of, 10 buses, so the price of the 10 buses would be, maybe 100, and the quantity are 10. So in that case, the cost to buy would be 1,000. That's what it would cost for you to buy those buses. And the cost to make the buses yourself, in this case, you've seen this formula before. Fixed cost plus variable cost times quantity. Now, if your cost to buy is less than, if if your cost to buy is less than your cost to make, it's better to outsource. But however, this is just a quantitative method of figuring out or outsourcing. You should also look at things like delivery time, how reliable your supply chain is. You can't just base it fully on figures. And these are my sources, which, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.